Signs she likes you more than she shows. What if everything she has been giving you, every smile, every text, every glance, is only a fraction of what she actually feels? What if the version of her feelings you have been seeing is the safe version? The controlled version? The version she allows out because the real version feels too big and too dangerous to let anyone see? What if she likes you, not a little, but in that deep, overwhelming, can't stop thinking about you kind of way? And you have been walking around completely unaware of just how much. That is exactly what today is about. Today at Heart Signals, we're going to pull back the curtain on the signs she likes you far more than she has ever shown you. Because most guys see the surface and think that's the whole story. It isn't. Stay till the end, because the last sign is the one that will make you rethink every interaction you've ever had with her. She is careful not to seem too interested. Here is one of the most counterintuitive signs that exists. The more she likes you, the more effort she puts into not showing it. She responds to your messages, but not immediately. Even if her phone was already in her hand, she laughs at what you say, but catches herself and tones it down. Even though her real reaction was bigger. She holds back compliments. She stays a little more casual than she actually feels. She performs a version of indifference that takes real effort to maintain. Why would someone work this hard to hide how much they like you? Because the more you like someone, the more you have to lose. And she has learned somewhere along the way that showing too much too soon is how you get hurt. So she rations herself. She gives you glimpses instead of the full picture. She lets you see just enough to keep the connection alive, while keeping the rest locked away somewhere you can't reach it yet. The restraint itself is the sign. When someone is genuinely indifferent, they don't have to try to seem indifferent. The effort she puts into playing it cool is the loudest evidence that she is anything but. She remembers things that would only matter if she cared deeply. Weeks ago you mentioned something in passing. Something small. Something you said once and forgot about completely. She hasn't forgotten. She brings it up today like it happened yesterday. With details you don't even remember including. With a specificity that could only come from someone who has been replaying that conversation in their mind ever since it happened. People remember what matters to them. Full stop. When she remembers the small things, the offhand comments, the quiet confessions, the tiny details you scattered into your conversations without thinking twice, she is showing you something she cannot fake. She has been paying the kind of attention that only exists when someone occupies a significant amount of your mental and emotional space. You have been living in her thoughts. Every small thing you said has been collected and stored by someone who found each piece of you worth keeping, and the fact that she brings these things back up, that she lets you see that she remembered, is her way of showing you a small corner of how much she actually cares. Without showing you the whole room. She gets affected by things you do, more than she lets on. Watch her carefully when you give your attention to someone else. Something shifts. It might be subtle, a slight quieting, a small withdrawal, a change in her energy that she recovers from quickly. But it was there. For a fraction of a second, before she put her composure back on, you could see it. That reaction is not nothing. That reaction is feelings she cannot fully suppress even when she's trying her hardest. When you succeed at something, she is prouder than she shows. When you are going through something hard, she is more worried than she lets on. When you are happy, something in her lifts in a way that has nothing to do with her own circumstances. Your emotional world has become connected to hers in a way she didn't plan for and hasn't fully accepted yet. Everything you feel, she feels a version of, and the gap between what she actually feels and what she allows herself to show you is larger than you could possibly imagine. She shows up, quietly, consistently, without being asked. She doesn't make grand gestures. She doesn't announce her feelings. She doesn't show up with declarations. But she shows up. She checks on you when you're going through something. She remembers the things that matter to you and acts on that knowledge without being asked. She is there in the small ways, the ways that require actual attention and actual care and actual investment in someone's life. This kind of quiet consistency is one of the most underrated signs that exists. Because it is easy to feel something in a moment. It is much harder to translate those feelings into consistent action over time. She has been doing that. Quietly. Without calling attention to it. Without asking for credit or recognition. The people who show up in the small ways, without being asked, without an audience, without any guarantee that it will be noticed or returned, those are the people who feel something deep. Something that has moved past interest and become something far more significant. Her body speaks when her words won't. She can control what she says. She has been very carefully controlling what she says. But she cannot control her body. The way she orients herself toward you when you enter a room. Unconsciously, automatically, like a compass finding north. The way she laughs differently around you. Freer, more genuine, less performed. The way she finds reasons to reduce the physical distance between you two without ever making it obvious enough to be acknowledged. Her body has been having a completely different conversation than her words. Watch where her feet point when she's standing near you. Watch how quickly her posture changes when you walk in. Watch the specific quality of her attention when you're speaking. The way she listens to you like what you're saying actually matters. These are not choices. These are responses. Her body responding to someone it is deeply drawn to, in ways her carefully maintained composure cannot reach and cannot correct. She treats you like an exception. There are things she doesn't do for other people that she does for you. Time she doesn't give other people that she gives to you. Patience she doesn't extend to others that somehow she always has for you. A version of herself, softer, more open, more real, that she reserves specifically for your presence. You are an exception in her life. And she probably hasn't said that out loud. She might not have even fully articulated it to herself yet. But it shows. In the way she responds to you differently. In the way her standards, which she applies everywhere else, seem to bend slightly when it comes to you. In the way she makes space for you that she hasn't made for anyone else. Being someone's exception is one of the rarest things in the world. And she has been making you hers, quietly, consistently, without a word. So, how many of these did you recognize? Because here is what I need you to understand. The version of her feelings you have been seeing is not the whole story. It is the carefully edited, strategically managed, fear-protected version of something that is actually enormous. She likes you more than she shows. More than she says. More than she might even be fully willing to admit to herself. And sometimes, all it takes to unlock the real version is showing her that you're not going to run from it when it comes out. Be that person. Be consistent. Be patient. Be safe, and watch what she shows you when she finally feels like she can. Like this video, Subscribe to Heart Signals. See you in the next one.